Hi. Corporate lifespan is shrinking. The average lifespan of a company is getting shorter and shorter. So in this case, what should you do to embrace the future? Hi, my name is Dixon, and today in this video I want to share with you two things that you can do to embrace the future in the context that the average corporate lifespan is shrinking. So what does that mean? Let me share with you one statistic. According to the corporate longevity report by this Innosight, the global consulting firm, the average lifespan of S&P 500 company is actually shrinking. Let me give you some statistics. In 1964, the average corporate lifespan of an S&P 500 company is 33 years. In 2016, that number drops to 24 years. And it is projected by 2027, the average corporate lifespan will be further reduced to only 12 years. So what does that mean? That means typically a company will cease to exist after 12 years. Think about it, this is somewhat different from what we have learned in the past, right? If you look at some of the big companies like IBM, General Electric, they have been around for many decades, but in the future, the average corporate lifespan is only 12 years. So in this case, what should you do if you are a business owner? If you're a business owner or business leader, what you need to do is you need to think like a startup. You need to think like a startup. Even though you might be managing a traditional, typical corporation. So what are the two things that you can do, right, to think like a startup? So let me share with you one by one. Tip number one, how to think like a startup, is to think about possibility, not feasibility. Right? Think in possibility, not feasibility. So what does that mean? For a startup company, typically they are more open to new ideas. They are more open to different growth pathways. So that's why startup typically is more versatile or more open to new ideas. They are always looking out for new possibility. Whereas in a traditional organization, people typically spend a lot of time on doing feasibility study, right, to check whether something will work or not work, how much resources we need to put in. In the future of work, change is the only constant. So you need to focus on possibility rather than feasibility. So that is the number one thing that you can do, right, to think like a startup. The second thing you can do to think like a startup is to embrace this mindset of growth. Focus on growth, not status quo. Focus on growth, not status quo. So what does that mean? As a startup company, they are always in a survival mode. That means as a startup, they are always looking for growth. Growth is the number one priority for a startup. Growing, scaling fast, scaling big, that's the priority for a startup company. And if you're managing a traditional company, what you can do is you can shift your focus to focus on growth. That means the future of your business, to look at opportunities for growth, right, rather than maintaining the status quo. Right? So it makes more sense for you to explore new territory rather than just protecting your current market share. So that is the second thing you can do to think like a startup, is to focus on growth, not status quo. So to summarize, what are the two things that you can do, right, to think like a startup? Number one, think about possibility, not feasibility. And secondly, think about growth, not status quo. So I hope this video sharing is something useful to you. If you like this video, please make sure you like, comment, and share this video with your friends and colleagues. Once again, this is Dixon. Think like a startup. Cheers.